Hi everyone. In last class we have discussed regarding research methodology MCQ. So 50 questions we have solved. So today we shall discuss from 51 to 100. Which of the following is an example? Which of the following is an example of primary data? So you can observe book, journal, newspaper, census, report. So what is the example of primary data? The answer is newspaper. Okay. Which of the following is an example of primary data? The example is newspaper. Which major drawback to researchers in India is? Major drawback to researchers in India is. So the answer is lack of scientific training in research. Lack of what? Lack of scientific training in research. Next question 53. That is ICSSR stands for what it is. So it stands for, the answer is Indian Council for Social Science Research. The answer is Indian Council for Social Science Research. UGC. So UGC stands for. The next question is UGC stands for, and the answer is University Grants Commission. UGC is nothing but University Grants Commission. The next question is JRF is for. What do you mean by JRF? JRF is for Junior Research Fellowship. Junior Research Fellowship. The next question is dash is the first step of research process. So first step, what is the first step of research process? So it is a selection of a problem. Selection of a problem. Next question is a problem well put is. A problem well put is half solved. Okay, the answer is half solved. The next question is dash is a source of problem. So what is the dash is a source of problem? So the answer is classroom lectures. The answer is classroom lectures is a source of problem. Next question is a question which requires a solution is. A question which requires a solution is. The answer is problem. The answer is problem. The next question is converting a question into a researchable problem. Converting a question into a researchable problem. That is called as what? That is called as a problem formulation. So next question is 61 question. While selecting a problem which is dash is no taken. So what we will not consider while selecting a problem? So a problem which is overdone, that is which is already completed. So overdone is no taken. Next question. So I have completed the 1 to 50 questions in the part 1 video. Okay. So this is a part 2, 51 to 100. Okay. So 62nd question, the first step in formulating a problem is first statement of the problem. So first step in a formulating a problem is what the statement of the problem we require. Okay, that is the first step in formulating a problem. So that is the answer, statement of the problem. Next, that help in finding out a problem for research. So what content will help in finding out a problem for research? The main thing is guide. So guide will help in finding out a problem for research. So that is the answer, guide. Guide will help in finding out a problem for research. The next question, 64th question, second step, that is second step in problem formulation. The first step we have discussed here, statement of the problem. And here they have asked second step in problem formulation. So what is the second step? So understanding the nature of the problem. So here, statement of the problem. First, the statement of the problem, what it is. Statement of the problem. Next, understanding. How? Understanding the nature of the problem, what it is, which type of it is. Okay, the nature. Understanding the nature of the problem. Next, third step in problem formulation. So the first step is just a statement of the problem, and the second step is understanding the nature of the problem, and they have asked the third step in problem formulation. So second is understanding, and the third is what? Survey the available literature. So survey the available literature. So what has been done before? The literature should be there. So we need to collect whatever the data. So survey the available literature. So then only we can go with the further research. So that is the third step in problem formulation. Survey the available literature. Next, fourth step in problem formulation is, so after surveying the available literature, so what is the fourth step? What you'll get? Develop ideas through discussion. So develop. So what are the problems? What it is there? By doing survey, we will come to somewhat conclusion. Okay, somewhat ideas we will get. So we need to discuss the ideas. Whatever we have searched, whatever we got the information in the literature or literature review by doing survey. Okay, so that ideas should be discussed, and we need to continue the next process. So that is the fourth step in problem formulation is develop ideas through discussion. And the last step in problem formulation. So what is the last step in problem formulation? So answer is D, that is rephrasing the research problem. So finally, after understanding the statement of the problem, understanding the problem, nature of the problem, and next develop ideas through discussion. So, sorry, before that survey the available literature, and next develop ideas through discussion. After 4 steps, final step, after all discussion, somewhat we will get the conclusion. We need to rephrase that. Okay, so rephrasing the research problem again. Next question is, in the formulation of the problem, we need to give a title. The answer is, we need to give a title. So after the 4 process, after the 5 process, so we will conclude, we get to the conclusion, that is this title. We need to go on this topic for the research. So title we will decide in the formulation of the problem. 69th question is objectives in problem formulation means. So objectives in problem formulation means. So what is the answer? Questions to be answered. That is Objectives in problem formulation is questions to be answered. Next is the problem selected must have. The problem selected must have what? Novelty. And the next question is the formulated problem should have. The formulated problem should have originality. Okay. So the formulated problem should have the originality and the problem selected must have the novelty. Objectives in problem formulation means it is a questions to be answered. Next is the purpose of social science research is. What is the purpose of social science research? So the answer is cultivation. Next is the academic purpose is to have a knowledge and information. So the academic purpose is to have what? It is to have knowledge and information. Next, social science research. So, social science research creates social cohesion. This is the answer, cohesion. Next is dash is a quality of good researcher. So, what quality should be there for the researcher? So, the answer is scientific temper. Scientific temper is a quality of good researcher. Next is social science research in India aims at a dash state. That is welfare state. Social science research in India, it aims at a welfare state. Next question, a dash is an abstraction formed by generalization from particulars. What is that answer? Concept. A concept is an abstraction formed by what? Formed by generalization from particulars. Concept is of two types. So what are the two types? That is, the answer is abstract and concrete. Concept is of two types. The two types is, one is abstract and another is concrete. Concepts are of dash types. We have discussed already abstract and concrete. So it is a two types. The answer is two. Next, there is a concept by. There is a concept by what? There is a concept by postulation. And next, another concept is by. There is a concept by postulation. Another concept is by intuition. Intuition. Concepts are of dash. That is, concepts are tools of research. Concepts are tools of research. Concepts are tools of research. Next is concepts are symbols. Concepts are symbols. Concepts are tools of research. And another concept is by means it is an intuition. And there is a concept by postulation. Concepts are two types. One is abstract and concrete. Concepts represent various degree of abstraction. Concept represent various degree of what? Degree of abstraction. Concepts which cannot be given operational definitions are dash concepts. That is hypothetical concepts. Concepts which cannot be given operational definitions are hypothetical concepts that cannot be given as a operational definitions. Concept is in reality a definition in shorthand or a class or group of facts. That is, concept is in reality a definition in shorthand or a class or group of facts that is defined by what? Defined by whom? That is defined by P.V. Young. Concept is in reality a definition in shorthand or a class or a or group of facts that is defined by whom? That is defined by P.V. Young. Same, there is different people hold dash of the same thing. So what it is? The answer is different. Different of the same thing. Many concepts find their origin from many languages. So many concepts find their origin from many languages. A tentative proposition subject to test is what it is. The question is a tentative proposition subject to test is. The answer is hypothesis. Next question is analogies are sources of what? Analogies are sources of hypothesis. Next question is a proposition which can be put to test to determine its validity. So a proposition which can be put to test to determine its validity. So it is defined by whom? It is defined by Wood and Hack. Next question is a tentative generalization. A tentative generalization. The stated by whom? The stated by Lundberg. Next question is propositions which describe the characteristics are dash hypothesis. So which type of hypothesis it is? It is a descriptive hypothesis. So the answer is descriptive hypothesis. So here a tentative generalization that is stated by Lundberg. Next, the propositions which describe the characteristics are descriptive hypothesis. Next question, a hypothesis which develops while planning the research. So a hypothesis which develops while planning, okay, while planning the research. So that it is nothing but what? It is nothing but a working hypothesis. The answer is working hypothesis. Next, when a hypothesis is stated negatively, it is called null hypothesis. Okay, the answer is when a hypothesis is stated negatively, it is called what? It is called null hypothesis. The first variable is independent variable. The first variable is independent variable and the second is dependent variable. The first variable is called as what? Independent variable. The second variable is called dependent. And the next question is the hypothesis which explain relationship between two variables is relational. The answer is relational. So hypothesis which explain relationship between two variables, that is called as what? That is a relational. Null means it is a zero. Dash represent common sense ideas. So common sense hypothesis. So in next video we shall discuss with 101 to 150 questions MCQ, okay, on research methodology. So subscribe the channel for more updates. So I have already discussed related to research methodology. So